Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to share with you my January TBR, all the books that I plan to read in the month of January. Before I get started, I just want to say I have Hunter kind of off to the side over here playing, so if you hear little baby squeals or he still has a little bit of a cough from that horrible RSV virus, so if you hear any of that, it's just Hunter being Hunter. So anyways, let's get started. The first book that I want to read in the month of January is for my local book club, Flicks and Lit. So I think I've said this a couple of times, but just a quick reminder, the book club that I'm a part of, we always choose books that are have been made into films or are about to be made into films. So the first book this year that we chose is The Dressmaker by Rosalie Ham, and it's being made into a movie that I believe comes out this year starring Kate Winslet, who I love. But it is a historical fiction about a woman that lived in Australia, and for some reason, she was banished from her little hometown or something like that. And so she goes to Paris and she learns how to make these beautiful, exquisite, fancy gowns. And then circumstances bring her back to her hometown in Australia. She just kind of plans to just make a quick visit, but she ends up staying. And she starts to make dresses for the people of the town. And it starts to kind of cause some drama because the women start to get really competitive. And so in a way, this woman kind of finds her revenge by making these dresses. So I don't know. It sounds kind of interesting, like it's going to be a good historical fiction. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The next book that I plan to finish in January is The Road by Cormac McCarthy. This was the third book that my husband wrapped for me in December. I didn't quite get to it in December, but I decided I was going to do it anyway, and I just started this. I've literally read like 4 pages. I started reading it last night and I fell asleep, so I'm probably going to start over. But I've heard so many things about this book, that the writing's really good, that it's really depressing though. And my husband, he picked this one because he saw the movie, and he said the movie was really good but sad. So I don't know. I feel like this one might be a tearjerker. I don't know. But it's like a dystopian about this man and his little boy, and I believe they're trying to get somewhere, but there are dangers around them, and yeah, so it sounds like it's going to be good. My next January read is going to be another historical fiction book called The Painted Girls by Kathy Marie Buchanan, and I initially picked up this book. This was a cover buy for me, which I don't do very often, but if you can tell, I don't know if you can see that, if it's going to focus or not, probably not, but it's, there are some ballerinas on the cover, and I don't know if I've said that on this channel, that growing up I danced competitively, think kind of Dance Moms, but not, because Dance Moms isn't real, but I did like all those styles, like jazz and lyrical, and hip-hop, and I took ballet as well, and so I saw this book, and I was like, oh, it's about ballerinas, I have to have it. Oh, excuse you. And it ties in somehow. It's about these 3 sisters, and 2 of them start dancing in one of the operas in Paris to make money because they're struggling financially. Their father had recently passed away, and the mother, I believe she has an addiction to absinthe, and so she doesn't work or has a hard time holding a job. So they go out to become dancers, and it ties into Edgar Degas and his artwork. For those of you that don't know, Edgar Degas was an artist who he's most famous for painting ballerinas, and that's actually what this little drawing is down here. It's one of his paintings. So I love Degas paintings. I think they're so pretty, and so this whole story just has me interested. I'm like, okay, it's about ballet, it's about Edgar Degas, and that whole time period in Paris. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. My next January pick is kind of a departure from some of the other stuff I'm reading. I'm in a kind of a historical fiction phase right now, other than The Road, which is dystopian, but this one sounds like it's completely off the wall, and I'm excited about it. It's called John Dies at the End by David Wong, and I've just heard that this book is just weird, and I don't know, I'm kind of in the mood for weird, so I don't even really know what this is about, except that it has something to do with these 2 guys, and there's some sort of drug that they take or something that I think it's called soy sauce, if I remember right when I was reading the little blurb. and it like causes you to see into like parallel worlds or something. I don't know. It sounds really weird, but really cool, and I'm looking forward to it because I have the other two books that are linked to this book. This book is full of spiders, and What the Hell Did I Just Read? And I really want to get to those too, so I figured I might as well start off the year by reading this one so I can get to those two. And then the last book that I have planned for January is a horror book. I always feel like I gotta have a horror book in there to make it feel like a complete month for me. So the one that I chose for this month is Greener Pastures by Michael Wehunt, and this is a short story collection. So I've heard that it is pretty creepy, that there's some really just eerie stories in here, and as always, I'm always in the mood for scary stuff. It doesn't matter what time of year, so I'm looking forward to this one. The cover alone just looks creepy. There's like a zombie dog and these like creatures with no faces, and then on the back there's this woman and she has like this weird like claw coming out of her mouth. Like, I don't know. This just seems like it's going to be bizarre and weird and creepy and right up my alley. Okay guys, so those are my reading plans for January. It's kind of an eclectic mix, but you know, I'm starting to realize that I'm kind of an eclectic reader. I kind of like everything and I kind of want everything at once. So yeah, this month is no exception. So please let me know down below what your reading plans are for January. How do you plan to kick off your reading year? Because I would love to know. And other than that, that's all I have for today. So I hope that January treats you well and that you had a happy new year. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.